Okay, in this video, we're going to look at how we can make Mojo Dialer and kvCORE play together. And the key to this right now, without a direct integration, is Zapier. So you're going to need a Zapier account. And what I'm going to do in this video is kind of walk through the different options you have with Zapier. And the first thing I want to say up front is, if you want to get as close to a proper sync of the data between Mojo and kvCORE as possible, you're probably going to end up building multiple zaps, so more than one. And the reason I say that is if we come in here and we look at the actions here in Zapier, we have Mojo as our trigger app, and then we choose the app and the event, we're going to see that we have the option to send info over when there's new activity, when there's a new contact in a group, when there's a new contact. These are probably going to be the most common. Probably new contact in a group is the way that I would recommend. And the reason I would recommend that is you might want to look at Mojo as sort of a traffic source or a lead source where you're working your calls and your dials out of Mojo. But then when they become a little more serious or you have reason to believe that they deserve further follow-up from kvCORE, you can put them in a group. I've done this for a few people where I've named a group kvCORE, and then you'll use this new contact in a group to send them over. I don't necessarily think that going down and putting every new contact in Mojo into kvCORE is good practice, because they aren't exactly leads, right? They're just kind of data until they become somebody who's interacting with you, and then they become a lead. Maybe you connect with them on the phone. So new contact in group is probably the one you're going to want to stick to. Also, you'll see here we have contact mark as bad number, contact updated. New note is an interesting one. This is where you might build a separate zap for a new note. And if you're going to go with the new note, so let's choose that one. You're going to want to use the update kvCORE option. So instead of adding a new lead in kvCORE, the assumption will be is that you already have the person in Mojo, and then you might set up an update kvCORE. So looking at the kvCORE side of things, we have our action event. You can either create a contact or you can update the contact. So if you've already pushed them in once and you want to update them with a new note, you can do that here. So going back into the Mojo actions, let's just go ahead and we'll just kind of show the building of a new contact in groups app. I'll hit continue. This is the Mojo account. I'm just using Tracy's account here as the demo. We're going to set up our trigger. Our trigger is going to be the group. So you'll see here, here's a send to kvCORE group. So anytime somebody goes into a send to kvCORE group, we'll hit continue. We can test our trigger, and then we're going to go over to kvCORE and we'll choose new contact. Create contact right here. Hit continue. Hit continue, and then we would map our data over from the new contact, first name, last name. Now don't forget, of course, to try to put hashtags in here. So down here for hashtags, you might do Mojo, FSBO, right? So so tags multiple. I'm forgetting whether I need to have a comma here. Multiple values selected, separated. Sorry, by the pipe here. So we're gonna go pipe. And then we might do FSBO. If it's FSBO data or expired data, you might do expired. So that's pretty much the basics of building a zap. Now, in case you've never built a zap before, it's kind of another topic. Let me just show you quickly where to go. You want to pop into the lead engine section here, and then you're going to want to go to lead Dropbox up at the top right, and that's where you can get your unique zap key. When you go to search for kvCORE and Zapier, and you need this key, this is what you're going to need right here. It's this zap key right here. So again, not a full integration, but you can do a number of things. You can put new contacts that land in groups in, and you can sync up notes. Big key thing here, I think people way overthink this, and they think they need to get every little thing that happens in Mojo into kvCORE, when that's really not the case. You should treat Mojo as your traffic source, and then as leads become serious, put them into kvCORE, and worrying about a one-to-one direct sync isn't going to make you much money at the end of the day. I always like to think about it in terms of how much, if I got the exact thing that happened in Mojo into kvCORE, how much impact would that have on my ability to earn another commission? And it's probably not too much. If you just look at Mojo and say, hey, I'm using this to find motivated people who I can connect with on the phone. Once I've connected on the phone, I'm then going to get them into kvCORE and let kvCORE do the heavy lifting on the follow-up. That's a good way to look at things, and this Zap integration does that very well. Hope this helps, and have a good one.